Okay, so I am back. We're going to very quickly go over the African flower hexagon. I've seen a lot of different projects made with this African flower hex. I've seen teddy bears, hippopotamuses, elephants, triceratops, balls, blankets, you name it. Like this African flower hexagon is very versatile. It's amazing. It's beautiful. We have provided a link to the pattern because we want to credit the person who came up with this pattern. So it is not something that we have written out and provided for you guys. There is a link that is provided that will take you to another website with the pattern. So I am on that website using my phone. So we're going to go through her instructions on how to make this African flower. So you start by making your slip knot on your hook, and then you make 5 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you're going to slip stitch into the first chain to make a ring.
Can you get Boo Boo soft food soon?
Yes, I will get Boo Boo soft food soon. My cat got spoiled. She was having teeth issues and then had to be on soft food because she couldn't eat her hard food, and now she refuses to eat her hard food now that her teeth issues are fixed. And now we're going to chain 3. This counts as our first double crochet. And now you're going to do a double crochet into the ring that we just made.
What should the name be?
And then we're going to chain 1. And then we're going to make 2 more double crochets into that ring.
Should the name be?
And now we have 4 double crochets separated by that chain 1 space. We're going to continue in this fashion until we have 6 groups of 2 double crochets, all separated by a chain 1 space. As I'm crocheting off camera, I'm getting bad at this. Lately it seems I'm always like kind of hiding off over here in the corner and you're not really seeing what I'm doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to be doing my African flower all in one color, so it's not going to look as amazing as it should if you were to be switching colors. I will tell you on each round when to switch colors to make your African flower look pretty, essentially, yes. So now we're slip stitching into, so we've done our, our chain 1, and now no, we haven't done our chain 1. You finish your double crochet group, you chain 1, and then you slip stitch into the top of your chain 3 at the beginning of the round. Now would be a really good time to change colors if you would like. The next part of our instructions tells us to insert the hook into the space just to the right of the chain 3 leg from the previous round. So right here where my hook is. And we're going to do a chain 3, which is our double crochet. So if you're inserting a new hook or starting a new color, if you're starting a new color, that's when you would be inserting your hook and attaching your new color into this chain 1 space. Since I'm using the same color, I'm just going to continue working in the round without having to insert and, do a slip stitch and have more ends to weave in. So I'm chaining 3 as our double crochet. And then I am double crocheting into that same space. So I now have 2 double crochets into that chain 1 space. And then I'm chaining 1 and I am doing another 2 double crochets into that chain 1 space. So now you have 4 double crochets and a chain 1 in that chain 1 space. So now we're going to repeat in every single chain 1 space from the previous round. We are doing 2 double crochets, chain 1, and 2 double crochets. all in that chain one space, and then again over here in this chain one space we're going to do 2 double crochets, chain one, 2 double crochets, da, 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 da. And again repeat all the way around. So by the end of it you should have 6 chain one spaces and 24 double crochets at the end of round 2.
Mama, I thought we were going to do our thing. So let's no fight.
I am aware of that. But I am doing another tutorial and this shouldn't take too long, so we'll go and
Where are you guys going?
me and my child have signed up to run the Moonlight race. So I'm doing my tutorials the day of the race, so we have to go pick up our race package. And then we're slip stitching to the top of that chain 3 at the beginning of the round. Dun, dun. So now it's starting to look a little bit more like a hexagon.
Black. Okay,
So now it says insert your hook into the space created by the chain stitch above the 2 DCs as seen above. So we're looking at the chain 1 space there. If you fasten off and change colors, you can just join your new color in this chain 1 space. I am not fastening off. I am not changing new colors. So I'm just going to slip stitch into my first chain DC there, and then I am going to slip stitch into that chain 1 space, and now my hook is where our pattern wants us to be. So now we're going to do our first double crochet, and then we're going to work, sorry, I'm lying. We're going to do our chain 3, which counts as our first double crochet. I'm getting ahead of myself because I have very limited space left on my tablet to do these tutorials, so I'm trying to whiz through this one. And then in that same chain 1 space, we're going to work 6 more double crochets. So for a total of 7 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now we're going to continue 7 double crochets. We're not chaining this time. We're just going to move straight into another cluster of 7 double crochets into that chain 1 space. So I'm going to pause this video and I'm going to work my 7 double crochets into each chain 1 space, and I will see you at the end of the round. Okay, so round 3 is done. I have 7 double crochets into each chain 1 space. And now we're going to start working, and this would be, even if you don't want to change colors, would definitely recommend having, because the way that this round is worked, having a new color on this round is definitely going to make that stand out. So we're going to do a single crochet into our first double crochet, and then we're going to work a single crochet in all 7 double crochets of your petal. When you get to the end of your 7 double crochets, we're now going to work a long double crochet into the next stitch. So a long double crochet is nothing more than a double crochet worked in the round before the current round that you're working. All right, so we know that a double crochet starts with a yarn over, and then if you were working a double crochet, you'd be putting it in this round, or maybe even in this chain space. We're actually going to go below round 3 and work in round 2. So that space between those 2 DCs from the previous round, we're going to insert our hook there. We're then going to pull up a loop, and then we're going to finish working our double crochet. So if it were a different color, you would definitely see, and I can show you using the link here, you can see how that kind of pulls round 2 up a little bit, and it really kind of stands out. here's the completed round 4. You can see each long double crochet, and it just kind of makes that flower look more like a flower. So I'm going to do 7 more single crochets, and then I'm going to show you what a long double crochet looks like again, and then we are going to pause, and I will see you for the start of round 5. So we are on 5, 6, and 7 single crochets. So again, start just like any other double crochet. You're going to yarn over. Instead of putting it there, you're going to put it 1 round below and pull it up so that it's not too loose, but it's the same height as the other loops on your hook. And then you're going to finish your double crochet just like that. Very simple. So I'm going to finish this round and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, so we are almost done round 4. Round 4. So I've done my 7 single crochet into the 7 double crochet of the previous round, and then I'm going to finish off with a long double crochet and then a slip stitch into my first single crochet that I made at the beginning of the round. And there you have round number 4. So now this round is where we're going to make our hexagon more into a hexagon. So we're going to chain 3 as our first double crochet, and then you are going to double crochet 3 more, so you have a total of 4 double crochet. So now, as you can see, we're kind of in the middle of that first petal, and it would be easier to see if I had switched colors. So I do apologize for making a monochromatic one, but we're right in the middle there. So now we're going to chain 1 and then work another double crochet right into the same stitch, and that's your corner. So now you're just going to work a double crochet into every single crochet that you made and every half double crochet that you made, or not half double, long double crochet that you made, until you get to the middle of the next petal. And then you're going to do you can have the scissors, I'm done with them, double crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet into the middle of that for your corner. So on each side you should have, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 double crochet. So we have 1, so I'm going to do another 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So in this next one, I am now going to do a double, chain 1, and a double crochet. So we're going to continue in this fashion so that you have 6 sides, 6 chain 1 spaces, and 9 double crochets on each side, and I will see you at the end. Okay, so we're almost at the end of round 5. I'm going to work my last corner. We're going to do a double crochet and a chain 1 and a double crochet all in that same stitch. And then we're going to continue working a double crochet into each remaining stitch. And we are going to join with a slip stitch at the top of the chain 3 from the beginning of the round. And there, that is when the pattern that we have linked ends. They say to fasten off, weave in all of your ends. For the purposes of our blanket, if that is what you are wanting to use this African flower for, that's not quite our 6 inches. So you can do one more round, either of a double crochet or a half double crochet, making sure that you hit every single stitch along each side, and in each corner you're going to do 1 stitch, chain 1 or 2 or 3, good girl, depending on what you want your corners to look like. the chain ones, they kind of look more rounded. A chain 2 would look a little bit less rounded, and a chain 3 would look really, really pointed. And I kind of like my points on my hexagon, so I would personally do a chain 3. But you just want to be sure that you're consistent. If you do a chain 1 here, you're going to do a chain 1 here, 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 and here. So you want to make sure, again, you're hitting every single stitch. And then you're doing your, whatever you decide, half double chain 1, half double, or double chain 2, double, whatever it is. Just be consistent along. And then that will get you to your 6 inches that we want. So this is actually still kind of pretty, being only one color. But you can definitely see that, and there's been a number of posts in the group as well from people who have chosen to do the African flowers, how, you know, when they change in each round, it just kind of makes that flower pop. You could do like round 1 with the yellow, and then a round 2 with a nice pretty, 2 and 3 with a nice pretty like blue or purple. Purple would look amazing. And then, yes, so there you have it. And then maybe green. Ideas running through my hand. So anyway, I promised an African flower hex. There's your African flower hex. I know I went by really, really quickly, so I do apologize if none of it made sense. Don't be afraid to leave a comment below or message me, and I can try and help out whenever I need to. So thank you for sitting and patiently listening to me for this week's tutorials, and I will see you in a couple weeks. All right, bye guys.